Start over.
Buddha.
No way, Jose.
Welcome to the Truth Zone. We are talking about some news event. I found something very interesting in the news today. It involves the debt ceiling. Respect Shonda Williams. Respect to you. Respect to Tony Renee who came in the chat when I tried to go live last time, but I'm back. I had technical problems, but guess what? It's all fixed. It says Republican use debt ceiling bill to push work requirement for millions receiving Medicaid and food stamp, which I think that is a good idea. That's a very good idea. Half Republicans are using the debt ceiling stand out to advocate for one of their long-standing goals: require more low-income Americans to work in order to receive government benefit, particularly food stamp and Medicaid. Which I find that ironic. I mean, I kind of find it kind of ironic that people that receive that they receive government assistance, but yet there's some jobs out here that need to be fulfilled. They see what they see work requirement as a two for allow them to reduce government respect, Nate. Allow government allow them to reduce government spending while bolstering the nation labor force at a time when many businesses are still struggling to staff up. Which I find that to be true. There's a whole lot of business, small business, restaurants, any kind of business you could name that need staffing. And guess what? If you receive government benefits, food stamp, Medicaid, you should be working. Only way you should be working is you disabled or somehow disabled, whatever. You should be working. You everybody should be working. It ain't no sense in saying, "Oh, there's no jobs out here." That jobs out here might not be the kind of jobs you want to work, but guess what? They jobs. With that job, till you find a job that you want to work. Then, if you don't want to work then you work for somebody while working and you receiving food stamp and Medicaid. Why don't you try to start a business of your own? That's the bottom line to it. Okay. Still, the controversial policy included in the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy not to increase the debt ceiling is causing some within the Republican conference with hardliners wanted to include even stricter requirements and with moderate members in swing district concerned they could face blowback over the issue. If the House passes the legislation this week, as McCarthy hoped, it is certain not to advance since the White House and Senate Democrat fiercely opposed work requirement, along with other components of the bill, but it serves as a starting point for negotiations with Biden's administration over addressing the debt ceiling. I don't have no problem with it. I don't have no problem with people who are receiving food stamps, who is receiving Medicaid, go out here and find a job, get a job, work a job. Do y'all see the problem with it? Because you depending on the government that helps you in your everyday life. I understand food prices. I understand that, but what else are you doing? What else are you doing? It might not be the job you want, but you got to work it. You got to work the job. Okay. How GOP lawmakers include some who grew up in families who depended on federal assistance argue that work requirement can lift people out of poverty and end their rel- reliance on the government, which is true. It's very true. See, I'm bringing some news story here. This ain't just something that I made up, whatever, which is true. That can help a long way with the government assistance, food stamp to help buy food. You help, you get a job, pay some bills, then help, then that'll help you help your family out by working and get back on your feet. Do anybody see a problem with that? I don't see no problem with that bill. So why the Biden administration won't? That's why I say it's two sides to every story, right? They want to stop it. Why you want to stop that bill from being passed? All depends what else in that bill to be passed. See what I'm saying? So, Chris, I ever see the mandate as an attempt to shrink vital safety net program without regard to millions of people who could be left struggling to put food on the table and address their health care needs. Yes, it could, but at the same time, as that happening, put this in the bill. Okay, you get a job. Okay, say take away how many hours you can work. Especially if you're a one parent household, you taking care of kids. Here's what's in that plan. Here's what's in that plan. Under the package, childless, able-bodied adult ages 18 to 55 could get food stamps for only 3 months out of every 3 years, unless they are employed at least 20 hours a week or meet other criteria. Currently, that mandate applies to those 18 to 49, though it has been suspended during the COVID-19 public health emergency, which expires next month. Estimate of how many people this would affect vary. In an analyst released Monday, the Congressional Budget Office said that 275,000 folks on average would lose benefits each month because they fail to meet the requirement and are not otherwise exempt. Another 19,000 people would receive small benefit because of the new income they earn. Other project and potential larger impact, the provision would put about 900,000 folks between the age of 50 and 55 at risk of losing their food assistance unless they work sufficient hours and record their employment with their state agency, receive an exemption, or live in an area where the mandate is waived, according to the left-leaning Center of Budget and Policy Priority. See, that's the problem. That's the problem there. It's a lot the problem with that bill. That's a whole lot of people gonna lose benefit. Hey, we know how food prices are. They going up and up. Will they have enough to pay the bills and get food at the same time? The debt ceiling package does not go as far as some Republicans would like. South Dakota Representative Dustin Johnson floated a bill earlier this year that would mandate recipients up to age 65 and those with children age 7 or and older to work. That legislation would have put at risk the food stamp benefit of more than 10 million people, including the millions of children the center found. Why are you going to put a label or stoppage on that which they receive, especially if they are working only 20 hours to 30 hours a week? They're only 60 hours every 2 weeks, and people are not getting paid for what they're working. That is hard right there. That is hard. That's a hard thing to do. That is a hard thing to do. That is a hard thing to do. And on to other news. Four men who escaped the Mississippi jail. One of the four men who escaped a Mississippi jail shot and wounded an officer. The sheriff's department says. This breaking news update. At, four men that escaped from a Mississippi jail were found will escape from Mississippi jail. Okay, that's scary right there. One of the four men who escaped from the Mississippi jail was found at a home in Leake County and opened fire on a law enforcement officer, local sheriff's officer said. At around 7:10 a.m., the suspect shot from within his location in the home, striking investigator Horn in the lower right leg. The Link County Sheriff's Office. Horn was transferred for Link back to where he was stabilized. The deputy was the only officer injured in the incident, which lasted about 2 hours. The sheriff department said it was not immediately clear how the incident was resolved. Okay. Here's the original story. Here's the original story. A manhunt is underway for four men who escaped from a jail near Mississippi capital over the weekend. One of whom is suspected of killing a man and stealing his truck after he fled, authorities said. Staff at the Raymond Detention Center, some 15 miles west of downtown Jacksonville, realized the four men were missing after a routine head count around 12:30 a.m. Sunday. Hines County Sheriff Tyree Jones said in a news conference Monday. After the jail was placed on lockdown, staff found two breaches inside this facility, one in a ceiling and another in the roof, the sheriff said. Authorities believe the group climbed onto the roof around 8:30 p.m. Saturday, camped there, and left the property at different times, he said. The escapees are Dylan Arlington, 22, Casey Grayson, 24, Corey Harrison, 22, and Jared Ryan, 51, authority says. Arthur is suspected of shooting and killing a man in Jackson Monday before stealing the Victor Red Dodge Rail 1500 truck and driving away Jackson. Police Chief E. Davis said in a statement. Police officers who were called to the scene found the Victor line unresponsive in the roadway on Monday evening, Davis said. Investigators determined that Victor had pulled over on the side of the road to help Arthur, who appeared to have wrecked the motorcycle that had been stolen moments earlier, Davis said. Based on information gathered, investigators believe Arthur shot the victim several times and then stole his truck. The short last seen headed south on Interstate 55 in the nearby city of Terry, Mississippi. That is crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, one of the escaped men is believed to have escaped in a vehicle to Texas. One going to Texas. So so these men all depends what they try to escape a jail in Mississippi. You know there's a manhunt going on. Okay. I got something else for you too, besides that. Let me see here. I got something else besides that. A man is arrested in demonic murder and dismemberment of an Uber Eats driver in Florida, investigators say. That's why I say this is dangerous for delivery drivers. Okay, Uber Eats, uh, DoorDash, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service. This is dangerous here. This is dangerous here. An accused MS-13 gang member has been arrested in Holiday, Florida, and charged in what he with the sheriff described as a demonic murder of an Uber Eats delivery driver whose remains were found dismembered at the suspect home last week, according to investigators. Oscar Solos, 30, a resident of the home where the driver made his final stop, was arrested and primarily charged Monday with murder while engaged in a robbery after investigators uncovered the victim remained in trash bag at the home. Mexico County Sheriff Chris Noco said in news conference Tuesday. Excuse me. I'm not going to get into how gruesome this case was, Nuku said Tuesday. This interview is what he did was demonic, the sheriff later added. Investigators believe Solos tried to rob the driver and ultimately killed him, the sheriff officer said. CNN was not able to determine through online court records if Solos has legal representation. Sheriff said Solos is affiliated with MS-13 and violent criminal gang with international ties to drug and human trafficking. The driver was not far from his own house last Wednesday night when he texted his wife to say he was making his final delivery and would be home soon. Local said the sheriff declined to identify the victim, but an affidavit in the case divided him as Randall William Cook, 59. That's why respect realist one. I'm bringing the real news. I bring the real news, okay? See, that was the last time the wife would hear from her husband, who she who she reported missing later that night after he stopped replying to her text and never came home, the sheriff said. That's why I say you got to be careful around these parts. What's going on? This world is, ain't gonna say evil is not good. Think about it. That man was delivering on his last drop off, his last delivery, and this guy who is affiliated with MS-13 killed it and dismembered his body and put him in a trash bag in his home. That's why I say you have to let people know where you at, no matter what. And on top of that, you got to and you got to pay attention to what you're doing. I got some more stories that I'm gonna come back later tonight. All depends on who's on tonight. Well, it really ain't gonna matter. I'm gonna come back with some more stories that got to be talked about. I'll tell you right, cop killer Kim Porter is free. And I'm gonna talk about what the former NBA coach Phil Jackson says and why he doesn't like BLM. And I'm gonna talk about I talk about Cop City that happened down here in Atlanta. That student showed up. I'm gonna talk about the indictment that the Atlanta prosecutor, Fulton County prosecutor, said she gonna announce it. When she gonna announce it? The botch sting operation. The sheriff office losing 60 pounds of meth in a botched drug sting. I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna have a positive story too, and I'm gonna talk about why I said you got to look up where you're going, cause anything can happen. Cause a man will accidentally walks up to the car while he texting, gets shot. He walks up to the wrong car that looked like his, and he wound up getting shot. Then the final story is gonna be a good feel good story. It's gonna be about a former sanitation worker to Harvard grad. Goes to show you, you put your mind to it, got support behind you, could do anything in life. If you believe in yourself, then you still gotta have that core. You gotta believe in yourself first. You gotta love yourself, you gotta believe in yourself first. Then you gotta have people that behind you, gotta have that push that behind you. I'm not worried about you. Gotta have that push behind you. So guess what? It is what it is. Cause Bills want to get that man out of here. Go ahead and hide his ass. Respect April Shower. See, we how do y'all feel about they wanna put a bill out there to cut the debt ceiling by requiring people who receive food stamp and Medicaid to work. How y'all feel about that? Let me know in the chat how you feel about people that receive Medicaid and food stamp should be able to work, but what would the requirements be? How far would it go? Should they cut off respect April Shower? Should they cut off some of it for some of the people? Yeah. I'm gonna take a little quick minute break, right quick, mini break, and I'll be back. But yeah, we got haters in here. April Showers. Guess what? They don't want the real news that concerns us. This what they doing concerns us. It concerns our people. It concerns a whole lot of people that get food stamps, that get Medicaid, to help them in their everyday life. Should they work? Yes. Yes, they should work. It's okay. Hold on. Oh yeah. For Liz, yeah. Oh yeah. I'm glad they got that long thing on. Yeah. I'm about to do my show right quick. Yeah, but I tell you, it is a crying shame that we as society cannot get along. People should work. If you can't work, why are you doing what you're doing? If you can't work, why? How you gonna show your kids that you you got to show them something that you was trying, that you was trying to better yourself. How you gonna better yourself if you receive your food stamp, Medicaid, understand that help food stamp help put food on the table, especially with food prices, and you just sit home on your ass. That people who got a job is struggling their damn self, but that not on food stamp, but able to put some kind of food on their table. They're not getting the assistance they get. You're right. We paused over here because it's shameful that the people out here that able-bodied, they get food stamp, they get Medicaid, they able-bodied, they can go at least work 20 hours a week to do what they got to do. But trying to say there's no job. There's no job because you don't want to go to work. There's no job because you're lazy. There's no job because you want free handouts. You want free handouts. Why do you want free handouts? Then you got wonder why people look at you funny. You wonder why things not going the way you wanted them to go. It's because you're not making an effort to better yourself. You got to better yourself. You got to take your time and look at different things and where it goes. I think people who receive food stamp Medicaid should have a job, but when they got that job, don't cut their benefits off cause how many hours they work. But you want them to work them hours, so you cut some of the benefits off. And you know how food prices are. Now let's talk about the escape people that the people that escaped from the Mississippi jail. Somebody wasn't doing their job. Somebody wasn't doing their job. I don't know who it was, but somebody wasn't doing their job. Cause they wouldn't have escaped like that. Yeah, let's talk about this crazy man down in Florida who dismembered this Uber Eats driver, tried to rob him. He was a gang member. So these are some sick people out here. That's some people got jobs that is dangerous. Any job you got is dangerous, no matter where you work at. But we got to come together as a community to help one another to get better at what we do. Help each other rise up above the average. Because if we don't help each other rise above the average, we're gonna stay average. Do you love to stay average? No, I don't think you'd love to stay average. See, if you give people confidence in their self, if you confident, there's some people that comfortable within a self, as there's some people that don't have confidence enough in their self and believe people don't give them a chance. I believe people won't give them a chance, especially with people that coming out of prison, coming out of jail. They got a record. There's some people is highly suspect of them, but we got to give them people a chance. Respect Melody Johnson. Respect Christy. We got to give them people a chance. Their jobs, their jobs out here for people. People don't want to go to work for a fast food restaurant. There are people that want to go work for for Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, them stores like that. Don't want to go work for a supermarket. Don't want to go to work for a lower paying job. But you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. Respect together we break chains, reduction. Respect. We got to start somewhere. I'm tell you a little story about me. I've been working all my life. I was young. I went and got a summer job. I didn't like them. I didn't like them jobs. They were hard. But at the same time, they taught me a value about hard work. They taught me a value about do your best you can and get recognized for it. Okay, hard work is hard work. Hard work, no matter what job you do, is hard work. No matter what kind of job it is, physical labor is hard work. Mental labor is hard work. But everything is hard that is making hard. Sometimes you got to make your job a little easier for yourself and for others. See, I worked a summer job. Then I started working at a fast food restaurant where I went to the military. Did that. That was hard. I did it for 4 years. Then I did it for another 4 years reserve. That was hard work. But it taught me the value of self discipline. Taught me taught me a value of trusting others. When would you when I'm available for an interview? I'm available for an interview on Friday or Saturday this week. Friday, Saturday this week, April Shower. Friday or Saturday. No matter what time, it's April Showers. Friday or Saturday. Just let me know what time. See, and I went there. I didn't like I typically didn't like that job. First I did security. No, first I did security. Then my ex girlfriend and her sister. She was God rest her soul. She passed away, and she God rest her soul. She passed away in a house fire. She survived, but to do complications of that, she passed away. And I love her dearly for it. She trusted in me. Yes, I had a record. When I got all these jobs, I had a record. But guess what? I did what I had to do. I worked at two fast food restaurants, did security, did another fast food restaurant. I worked at that restaurant, at one restaurant for 8 years, doing all kinds of stuff with low pay, and I kept going. Then I found this other job. I worked, paid me more, and I started learning everything in the store, like I did at the other store. I had some GMs that taught me the ins out of businesses, of the business, and how to do things. And I got to this other job, and I took that with me. See, some people think you go to job do what they want you to do, and it's not about going to get a paycheck. You're not learning nothing. What are you learning? Learning how to fix people food. But the thing is, when you at these restaurant jobs, you're doing what you're doing. You got to learn how to run a business. That's how you learn to run a business. Now you can go to college, learn all the book work all you want to. You learn while you're working. See, I'm working for them, yeah, but yet they working for me too, because I'm learning the ins and out of business, what it takes to run a business. Something you cannot learn on hand, on hand experience, on hand experience of it. That's what I learned from these two businesses that I work for, that I work with and working for now. I started learning how to do everything in the store. See, when I go to the job, I don't like to be pigeonholed. I like to learn how to do everything. And that's some of us some of us problem, our problem. We just go to work, just go there, do a paycheck, do one job, and go home. Why don't you let them show you what to do? And then I work this the job I'm working now. I wasn't thinking about going in a managerial position. I wasn't thinking about that. But yet it came to me. It came to me, and a manager saw and had trust in me that I could manage. I didn't ask for the position. She had trusted me that I can do the job. And respect to my sister Monique Hill out of Cali. She had the lady had trusted me that I can do the job, manage your job. So I wouldn't manage the training, did all of that. And while doing that, I learned the ins and outs of it, how to order stuff, how to count stuff, how to deposit what you need with the balance and everything else about a business that you could learn. See, you got to let the where you work, got to let that job work for you too. Who disagree with me on that scenario? Because guess what? When I get a business on my own, when I start running a business on my own, I know how to run it. I don't have to go to school for it. I know how to do things and how to keep things under control. How to balance money. How to balance the inventories. So it's basically like you at school, but you're not at school. But at the same time, that bill that they try to push through gotta be gotta be revised. Cause so many people that go get a job, that get food stamp, that get Medicaid, some of that gonna be cut because they got a job and how many hours they're gonna work, and based on how much they're gonna get paid, and based how who all in the household. Do I think people that get food stamp Medicaid who able bodied to work should work? Yes, I do. But do someone want to go out here and get some of these jobs that don't pay much? No. But like I said, you got to start somewhere. Got to start somewhere. 'Cause if you don't start somewhere, how you gonna get better? How you gonna better yourself? How you gonna learn? Especially if you got kids. If you got kids and they see you not doing anything, they're gonna think you don't have to do nothing to earn nothing. Cause you got money don't mean nothing. Cause guess what? We got some kids out here that is spoiled rotten. Thank you, Monique. Thank you, Monique. Nate, how did you hold on, Nate. Hold on, Nate. You just sniped Christy, did you? Damn. Hold on, I gotta go. Did you snipe her? Why you snipe her? She one of the good folks. Hey Monique, when I do get that when I get that business, guess what? Yes, I got to have that. I'm gonna put this. I'm put the comment when it comes up. I'm put the comment. I'm put the comment up. I'm gonna put it up. Yes, I have a lot of drive. I do have a lot of determination. That's what we're gonna talk about later on tonight. About the other stories that I found about a good feel good story at the end. See, you gotta have determination. You got to have drive. You got to love yourself, and you got to believe in yourself. But you still got to have that support system around you that believes in you. She gonna get you. She gonna get you. Let me write. I gotta write something down right quick. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to that comment. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna write. I gotta write something down. Hold on. Excuse me. I write something down right quick. It's April. I'm gonna email you. Email you later. But it's the drive and determination for me. Everybody got drive and everybody got to have drive and determination, and got to love yourself, and got to believe in yourself. You got to have that support system. Got to have the support system. Got to. This the last. This is the last. I want to ask this question to everybody in the chat. If you have drive, the you have drive, you have determination, and you believe in yourself, and you love yourself, and you have people that are around you that believes in you, that gives you that confidence, that gives you and push you to be your best. I ain't talking about no yes man. I'm not talking about no yes woman. I'm talking about the one that really truly believes in you, and that is not alone for the ride just to see what they can get out of you. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat. You are right. Even if you don't have that support system, the creator provide that for you. So people are fake and phony. Yes, they are. Some are. Some are. But you gotta have confidence, believe in yourself, determination, and you gotta love yourself. You gotta love yourself. So if you don't love yourself and you don't believe in yourself, guess what? It all for naught. Everybody, I want to send my shout out to Armando Black TV, Nate the Great, E James, Podcast 1 and 2, Wax AP, Mac Mean, Black to the P, Cuba, Yak, Fatty Yak, Christy, Monique, Keyway in LA, my California fellas. Thank you. Shawanda Williams, Pam M. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Respect to everybody else. Realest one. Uh, Diamond Shooter. Shout out to Twitter East Nation. Shout out to the Nile River. Shout out the to State Gang. Georgia Chat, Motorboard Trade, and Two Hertz, and the rest of the State Gang over there. And shout out to Bus Life. Shout out to all the family. This ain't never all love, and we all are here to learn. We all here to we all here to get information. I'm bringing you the news. The news is what we are. The news is how we learn. and educate and find out how to remedy the problem of poverty, how to remedy to bring people above their status, how to lift people up in good spirits. That's what we all about. And I got to go. I got to go supervise. I will see y'all, y'all later. I will set the time for 12 or 12:30. Please join me tonight so we can have some more real talk, some real news. Peace and love to everybody. Peace and love to everybody. And I'm out. And take